Hi there, everybody. It's Chris Ann with the Yard Card Association. I hope everybody is doing really well today. Let me start off and let you know that I am recording this as both a video and also for our podcast as an episode there. So if you are tuning into this live, that means you are on video. If you are watching this on a podcast, that means this has been recorded. And just so you know, part of this is going to be me sharing my screen and showing you some things. So what that will do is the audio will obviously be on the podcast. And then in the future, you'll want to pop over to the video that will be available on replay and watch that little snippet of the video. But I wanted to do it this way so that we can talk about it and I can share just a little sneak peek with you on what we will be doing. All right, so let's dive in and let's put on our serious hat for just a second, okay? First of all, this episode is brought to you by the Yard Card Association, and we appreciate your support throughout the last year and every single day. And we really love to get your messages. So thank you for that. All right, now we're officially going to dive in. Are you ready? First of all, if you don't know already, the Live Boo Workshop is this Thursday, August 19th, 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time. I'm in Houston, which is 2 o'clock on the East Coast and 11 a.m. on the West Coast. So what we would love for you to do is head over and click get a reminder, click that you're RSVPing. Go subscribe to our newsletter because we're emailing out so that you have a reminder. Now, with that, when you subscribe, please make sure to go in and check your email and specifically look for our email. We're finding that people aren't finding it. That's sort of redundant, right? So we do ask that you go in and look for that because it's helpful. That's how we can get you more exciting updates and notifications, right? So it doesn't do a lot of good if you don't get the emails. All right. With that said, that housekeeping, let's start talking about the most important question that you can have if you are in business, but specifically right now we're talking about booing. What is your goal with your boo campaign? Why are you doing it? The best answer and the most common answer I have gotten is because you want to make a profit. If you are like most business owners, you have your business because you want to make a profit. There's a very small percentage of people that are doing it for other reasons. I'm not talking about them right now. So that's your big question. How much profit do you want to make out of your boo campaign? Because that's your hierarchy question, now we're going to break it down a little bit. And so call this your homework because these are things for you to definitely want to know. And we'll go back over this when we do the actual live workshop. Okay, so number one, budget for your expenses. How much do you want to spend getting your boo campaign together? Don't go out there and just buy randomly because you saw some cute things and then hope for the best. That's not a very good strategic plan. And it's hard to meet your goal when you're doing that. Okay, number two, what area do you want to deliver to specifically for boos? Because this is one of those times that you won't specifically cover a huge area because these are considered more of a just because fun little display rental. And so you're not going to make this a full rental, right? So think about your service area and decide on your service area. For my goodness sakes, it's time to make that plan. With that, don't think of it in a manner of how many miles it is. because quite frankly, our time is the most important factor for you to think about. So you might decide you're willing to go 15 minutes from your home. You might decide you're willing to go 5 minutes from your home or 35 minutes from your home. Map that out. There's going to be neighborhoods that you absolutely want to boo in. And there might be neighborhoods that you're like, that's a little further away, or you're not really sure that you're going to get orders there. So look at where more of your orders already have been, because guess what? That's the people that probably are going to want to rent from you. We're not looking for, the ones over here, here, here. We're looking at your most popular areas that are near you, that are quick to get to. Okay, with that, next up, what is your current average ticket price? When I say that, do you know what that means? That means let's take the last 6 months or the last 3 months if you're brand new. Take a designated amount of time. I'm going to go with 6 months and look at your gross revenue. Let's just say for fun here, it's $10,000 of gross revenue. That means before you have any expenses. And then tally up how many paid orders you had in that same time period. These don't include freebies. These are just how many paid orders you have, and then how much revenue you had in that same time period. And then you're going to divide that. And so if you had $10,000 in revenue, and let's say you had 100 orders to make that 10,000, your average ticket price is $100. No, we're not looking at, oh, well, I have a delivery fee and all these extra fees. No, those are the two things you need to know in order to come up with your average ticket price. With that, you're going to be able to look at setting your boo pricing. A lot of people I saw last year really went low on their boos. People that did it the year before that realized the error that they made by charging something like $25, and they went up to $50. So that just gives you some insight into if somebody's paying $100 for full rental and they live 10 minutes away, then what would you charge for a mini rental? And they're still 10 minutes away, but it's going to be a shorter time period potentially. But you've got other expenses like your boo bags, treat bags. I love a good boo bucket myself. So that's going to be one of the expenses you're going to decide when you make your budget. You're going to have inventory, and you're going to have the treat bag and anything that goes into that, and any other expenses. If you're going to go out and buy the little shred that goes into a gift basket, that's an expense. And you want to definitely try to keep your treat bag price low. Now, $5 is what I recommend, because if you're charging $40 for a rental and you're doing $5 for a treat bag and then you're buying inventory, you don't want to spend $10 on a treat bag, right? And then something to think about would be add-on bags. But that's going down the rabbit hole. And we are going to go over that in the main Live Boo workshop that I'm sure you're registering for. Okay, so with that, let's see what else I have. I always take notes so that I can try to be a little bit more concise for everybody. If you are one of our experienced booers, I have a different task for you. Go back and look at how much gross revenue you made last booing season, what dates you booed through, and what your actual boo expenses were. Look at your ticket, your average ticket price for that. You're going to have a better snapshot of what you spent and how profitable you were with your boo campaign. And then you can tweak it and pivot it. I've had a number of people ask me, they did it last year and they did okay, or maybe they didn't do well at all. Y'all, let me just tell you, just because you buy boo items does not mean you're going to have a big, successful Boo campaign. Last year, it was a mixed bag. Okay, so next up, let me just say that if you're listening to the podcast, this is where we're going to end your episode. And we really appreciate your time listening in. And we want you to go ahead and go over to YouTube or our Facebook page and look for this video on the replay. And then you can tune in at the end and watch what we're going to do when I share my screen. So, podcast listeners, thank you again so much. And I will see you on the next episode. Okay, y'all are still with me for you're my video people, right? I'm working with my time here and doing a 2-for-1. So we're going to dive into two of our great sponsors, Boo sponsors. And then I have something a little fun to show you after that. So I'm going to share my screen and hope it works. So hold on one second, everybody. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Fingers crossed. All right, it's queuing up here, and that's going to look really funky. But I'm going to go to our first VIP sponsor, and that's Victory Store. I bet every one of you knows Victory Store. They have been the leader in this for quite a few years. And let's see, here we go. And big shout out to Steve at Victory Store and his entire staff, because they do a really good job and they put in a lot of effort taking care of every single customer. And you know what? That's not an easy thing to do. Okay, this is one of my favorite sets. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. I hope y'all can see that. Look how cute that is. It's black with green slime. I think that looks really fun. Now, they've got this one showing, I don't know if you can see that well, as a single row. And so if you've got a wide yard, this is a really good way to get a lot of impact. And then it's got a few booing ghosts, which I think are really cute. And you can buy extra little booing ghosts. Y'all, the goal is not to have one of these 50-piece displays to do a $50 boo. So I want you to think about that. This is going to be a smaller package that you're offering. Okay, so there's the single row. And then for all of you that like to do double row, you've got this view. Now, what I would do on this one, let's just say you've got a little bit of a bigger yard, is I would pull the bottom level up front a little bit more so that you can get a full view of that you've got. And then see how they just did a couple of boo ghosts on each side. This is a great package just like that. Now, what you can always do, and we can go down the rabbit hole on this with our live workshop, is you can add a few little extra fillers like stars and streamers, things that you have on hand that you don't need to buy separate. So I love this You've Got Boo. Now, that one I think is my favorite from Victory. They've got others. Let me show you the second one. I'm hoping that my screen is changing from one place to the other. So I'm going to just, if you are watching this live, would you please leave a quick little comment and let me know if I'm showing my separate tab or not. I sure hope so. I'm going to keep going like I am. This is real time, y'all. Okay, and this is my other set that I chose from them. This is the really fun black and orange traditional Halloween colors, but it's not scary, because think about your target audience. This is not meant for, the 22-year-olds or even the teens most of the time. Typically, this is for younger kids, and I'm not a real fan of doing something super scary, but that's your call. Okay, so with this, look at that orange and black, and then even the black with the orange polka dots. Those hats, the spiders, the cute little boos, and the itty-bitty pumpkins. So with this one, you get a 12-piece set, and it's the same price as what I will call the slime boo. So these are two really great sets. And with this one, you can also do some fillers if you choose. But I think this is a great set all by itself. Okay, I'm going to check back over here for just a second. Yay, thank you so much for letting me know that the tabs are working. I really appreciate that. Okay, so here's Victory. Again, they have more really cool Halloween items, but I didn't want to show you. I'm going to show you some more on the actual workshop, but this is just a little sneak peek to get your creative juices going. Now, next up, our second sponsor I'm going to show you tonight is Epic Print Concepts. You probably know Kim and Nikki. They are just some really sweet ladies over there. And they've got some great Halloween offerings. Now, I picked this one because I think it is so darn cute. Look at, hopefully you can see this. I can't blow it up. It's got the really cute monsters for the BOO letters. And then it's got some really cool ghosts to go with this. I don't think these ghosts are too scary though. If you think they are, this wouldn't be the set. But quite frankly, I think this is a great set that really would work for everybody. Now, one thing that Epic offers that you won't see with every vendor is something that they came out with that I think is so smart. Hopefully this tab opens. It's the You've Been Booed yard sign that explains what's going to happen specifically for, hey, this is a rental. We all know that sometimes this can be tricky. So you would take this and it gives the instructions for the guest of honor. So I think that's a really, really good idea. Now, if you are on a very tight budget, no worries. Just make sure that you are very strategic with the money you are spending. And we can go over some ideas for that on the workshop itself. Okay, so I am going to stop sharing my screen and fingers crossed that I come back to you. Am I here? Okay, I'm here. Awesome. We're doing great. So I hope that those two sponsors, first of all, give them some love because they are really kind to come out and do a sponsorship for booing for us. And it's not something that any of us have ever done before. And I do have some more sponsors to show you again soon. Okay. So now I'm going to show you something that I think is really great. Do you all know I mentioned giveaways? Do you remember that? Some of you may know that. Some of you, this is the first time you're hearing about it. Well, surprise, I'm going to do a couple of giveaways on the live workshop. And one of them, I'm going to show you this because it's something you can offer your customer. Because who doesn't get excited? And getting your customer excited, not only about the order, the actual display, but to leave something that they will be like, wow, that's really cool. And some little extras, right? Candy's fun and all that, but that goes down a whole other rabbit hole that we can talk about later. But to do something a little different. So let me pick up what the giveaway would be. And hold on one second because it fell. Okay. Let me see if I can hold this up. This is a Boo scratch off card. And hopefully, let me try this. I'm sorry, there's a little bit of a glare, but you can see it says Happy Halloween, scratch. Let's see, scratch to win. Hopefully you can see that. Try to get that straight for you. And then I'm sorry, I didn't do a very good job making this even, but this is a scratch off part. Now this looks like just a vinyl silver sparkly circle. Say that 3 times fast. It is, but it does more because guess what? You can scratch it off. Let me show you. Okay. This is our fancy test experiment for everybody to see because these are something that most people have not seen or actually done with their customers. I'm going to take my quarter, right? And just think about, ooh, you don't know what this is. You're a customer and you're getting this. Well, what do you want to do? You're going to want to scratch to win. It's something you can have your kids do, but a lot of times the parents like it too. So I can't physically scratch this and show you the scratching, but I think you get the point. But I am going to show you what happens when I scratch it. Sorry, okay, I'm going to do this on a different service so I don't make y'all sick and nauseous. 1 second. And just a spoiler alert, anybody that's wondering where to get these, don't worry, I got you covered. Hold on 1 second. I'm scratching. Can you hear me scratching? This is real time, y'all. If you're watching the replay, you might want to skip ahead for a few seconds because these stickers, these scratch off stickers are good. Okay, ready? This is an example of one for your customer. So they scratch off the cute little silver sparkle circle, right? And then this is an example of their prize. Can you read that? That says $10 off your next order. Hopefully, I think that might be a little blurry. Let's try that. Can y'all see that? I hope you can see that. Now, are you wondering what the heck? I mean, who's deciding it's $10 off your next order? Guess what, y'all? You get to write it in. I use a Sharpie because it worked really well on this cardstock. This is a really nice, thick cardstock, just FYI. You write in your own prize. And we can go over some ideas for that. $10 off an order is great. You know, you can put all kinds of stipulations on that. And let's keep going. Now, the next one is kind of a fun giveaway for you. I scratched one off for you. This is going to be one of our sneak peek giveaways at the workshop. Let's see if y'all can read it. It is, it's a little blurry. It's a 20 pack of these scratch off cards. Let me show you. I already have them divvied up and ready to go. And so I will be sending out a 20 pack to one of our lucky participants. So I hope you like that. So not only is there a giveaway for our awesome yard card friends, this is also something. See what you do if you win, you're going to get to take these and then give them out for your customers. Now, this doesn't just have to be for your customers that are getting food. This is also great for promotional giveaways. There's lots of options for that. It's not just for the leave behind at the door. Oh, so many things I can think of for that. I'm sure you can too. So anyway, that's an example of what you can do for your customer. But to help you with that, we have a 20 pack of that as one of our prizes. So, okay, I'm going to wrap it up because I really try not to go super long on these videos, but sometimes I just can't help it. So I wanted to go over that with you. And let's see, guess what? I covered everything on my long list and I'm excited for the real workshop, but this is just a mini one just to get you going. And I want you to do your homework. So be sure you set your goal. What or how much profit do you want to make? Set that up for your boo campaign first and foremost. If you're not wanting to do this for profit, we're going to need to talk. I saw what happened last year for some people. Okay, set your profit. I'm telling you that. I'm sure y'all can see I'm serious about that. And then budget how much you want to spend or are willing to spend on your expenses. Remember to include everything you can think of. That's going to be your treat bags. That's going to be any goodies you put in it, and even any of the little cute little filler if you use that shred stuff, if you use a cellophane bag. If there's something that's needed, it has a cost attached to it. So add that up. Look at your service area. What are your most desired service areas? And look at that amongst your time, not your distance. It takes 12 to 15 minutes for me to go 3 miles. Some of you, it's going to be the opposite. Your time is valuable. Okay, next up, figure out, tally up your average ticket price for whatever time period you want to do. If you're brand new, do whatever that is. I do recommend if you can do 6 months, you're going to have a good average ticket price. And then that's going to help factor in what to charge for your booze. For the experienced viewers, go do a debrief and look at how things went last year. And you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to have actual numbers. Look at your gross revenue, look at your expenses, then also think about how much effort you put into it and some things that really went right and some things that you would like to improve on. And we can work on that as well. I would love for you to submit Any questions you have, we'll have this available up for replay for a little bit. And then, of course, I will be posting more Boo Workshop things as we move forward into Thursday. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing your questions. We've got a lot to do. I did this last year, but I can promise you this is way better. And I think you're going to like it. I hope it really helps. So if you found this valuable, be sure to give us a thumbs up on the replay so that others know that maybe they should tune in. And if you are not already subscribed to our podcast, please do. We even got approval now to be on Apple. So go to your favorite podcast place, whether it's Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify is number 2 right up there with Apple. Do a search for the Yard Card School podcast. Make sure you subscribe or follow, I think is what they call it. And if you haven't gone over to our YouTube channel, head on over there too. Do a search for us there. And you're going to be able to participate in the workshop in our private Facebook group or over on our YouTube channel. And make sure you look for the posts that we've had on how to join our private Facebook group. Side note, when you do that, you've got to answer all the questions. That's really important because that shows you're following directions. And we have people that want to come in that, sometimes they're in the franchises, and we do keep it down to independent yard card business owners. And we actually have a different strategy that we try to keep our group small. Small is relative, but we like it to be a smaller group of people so that we're a more tight-knit community. So anyway, that's it for now, everybody. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your support. And if you haven't liked our page already, what are you waiting for? Go and like it. Make sure you set your settings, your notifications. First of all, pin our page and then set those notification settings to see all the posts. That's going to be the best way you're going to get updated information and notifications from us. So that's it, everybody. I hope that was helpful. Like I just said, I'm repetitive sometimes, y'all. And I will see you hopefully over at the workshop. And real quick side note, I guess I wasn't finished yet. When it comes to the scratch off cards and some of the other products and services that I show, I promise you, I'm going to tell you all this. And just a full disclosure, some of these items, like the scratch off cards, I'm an affiliate for, which means I may get a small commission from you purchasing based on my referral link. You don't pay anything extra when that happens, when you do it from me. What that does is it helps support me to continue to help supporting you. So I really appreciate those. And I will get those links and everything to you very, very soon. So thanks again, everybody. Thanks for your patience as I ramble a little bit. And like I said, I will see you at the Boo Workshop. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. Cheers.